back to the Adventure with Coffee podcast, now coming out once a month because life is crazy and we don't have time to do it every other week right now.
Hey, what's up?
Well, as you know, my name is Tyler.
My name is Gracie.
And we are your host for the Adventure with Coffee podcast. Now, today's episode is going to be quite yummy, isn't it, Gracie?
That's such a cute way to say it.
Yeah. So today, we are going to be talking about the best of the best from 2024 when it comes to the food and drinks that we tasted traveling across the United States in 2024. Right, Gracie?
That's right. So, if you are in any of the states that we visited and you hear your restaurant or your brewery called out, leave a comment.
And also, if you have a favorite brewery or restaurant or coffee roastery, anything like that, where you're from, drop it in the comments. Let us know because we would love to check it out whenever we hit your town.
That's right. Coffee especially. I'm a coffee connoisseur here. Would love to know what they're like the good places around, for real.
Beer for me, and we both love food. I mean, absolutely.
Yeah, foodies.
Yeah, big foodies. Food is like one of our biggest things whenever we go to travel. I remember whenever I was selling timeshare, that was one of the questions we had to ask on like our survey was, what is your favorite thing to do whenever you're on vacation? And every time I asked that question, we had options to list, and I would always be like, me and my wife love going out to eat, and like we're big foodies. So
yeah.
That's like I said, number one for us.
1,000%.
So why don't we dive in? You want to talk about Jackson, or do you want me to talk about Jackson?
I feel like this is definitely going to be usually our podcasts are, well, Gracie will talk about this, Tyler will talk about this, but honestly, it's definitely going to be a bigger mix this time around because we each have either food or drink that we got there, or one of us experienced better food, because Tyler and I do this thing too, that a lot of the times when we go out, we're one of those couples, we obviously try each other's food, just to kind of like see what it tastes like a lot of the times, and then we'll either tell each other like, well, I like mine best, or hey, you won tonight, kind of thing.
Be honest, most of the time I win.
It is that he is more adventurous than I am in things.
Not only that, but like, I mean, it's been 10 years now since we've been together, but when we first got together, like, you were a grilled chicken sandwich.
I ate chicken
or
sandwiches.
Chicken tenders from wherever we went.
I did not venture out, so
Y'all,
I'm getting to that point. I venture out a lot more now.
She does, y'all. She would not eat like onions, mushrooms. There was so much shit she had never ate whenever we got together, and like I forced her to try it basically.
Yeah.
And
force is the wrong word, but yes.
Not really, because like I would make you like I peer
just
pressured
try it.
you.
Just try it.
I'd peer pressured you into it, to be honest.
For real. Honestly, so grateful though, because like my palate is just so much better now, and there are times where I get the better food. Especially when we go to like an all-you-can-eat sushi place, we definitely do that.
I don't know. I feel like sushi we're pretty evenly split because especially when we get the all-you-can-eat, we
but
pretty
that's
much
not,
get
we do
everything.
that is true. We get a lot.
But like
of stuff.
if we go somewhere where it's like we just get 2 rolls each, yeah, I'll give it to you. Sometimes you do win on the sushi because you get like the
he gets the
crunchy
weird
ones.
stuff.
I know, but I love the weird stuff.
I get the fried stuff.
Yeah, and she loves it. Typical American.
Oh my God, get out of here.
But anyway, so let's dive into it. So the first place, as you may remember from earlier episodes, that we stopped last year was Mississippi. We went to quite a few different places in Mississippi, but I think our favorite place, like food-wise, was Jackson, Mississippi.
Yeah.
I'm going to Jackson.
Because we had to try this place after, because when we get to, and this is something I recommend for everybody, when you travel, one of the first things that we do either before we travel or right when we get there is Google food places around me, and we look for local places. We do not go to the franchises and things like that. Like, we want to try the local food because how else are you gonna be able to try new stuff?
Now we did hit like some of the like fast food restaurants, like on our easy days that we had never been to. So
In and Out.
Right.
That's an
In-N-Out,
example.
Culver's.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that. Yep.
Raising Cane's.
Yes. Yep. God, for some cane sauce, man. I want some so bad.
But for Mississippi, obviously, if you know me, the first place that we went when we got there. I think the very first night.
I
Night
think
that we
so.
got there, we went to a brewery in Jackson called Fertile Grounds.
So
And
cute.
yeah, it was a really cool place, really chill, really laid back. And honestly, the one beer that we're going to talk about today that was our favorite there was probably my favorite from the entire trip. At
He
least
says
like
what
top
we're
three.
gonna talk about. He's gonna talk about it.
You liked this one
I
too.
think I have, out of all of our states this go round, I think I have one beer that's on here that was actually for me. It was for me. I got it because it was so freaking amazing. I cannot
Yeah.
wait to tell y'all about it.
But you also liked the one that in Mississippi. So the one we got from the Hand of Doom that was really good. It was like one of their flagship beers. It was called the Hand of Doom. It was a Mexican chocolate stout. And
I do remember that one.
I mean, honestly, Gracie, she always makes fun of me because I'll get something and I'll be like, "Oh, this tastes like XYZ, just with a little bit of alcohol flavor." And she's always like, "Well, I don't know why you would want to drink that with alcohol flavor."
Well, okay, first of all, I don't talk like that.
That's true. I'm sorry.
But he's okay. So people who drink a lot get past the alcohol taste, but people that don't drink a lot, if you tell me it tastes like a chocolate milkshake, and I go to taste it, and there's damn alcohol in my chocolate milkshake, I'm gonna be mad.
Well, y'all, let me tell you, this one right here, I'm serious, and Gracie can back this up, and you can trust Gracie's word over it more than mine, I guess. It tasted like a cold hot chocolate.
It did. It was actually really good. I was very, very surprised.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it was so good. Like I mean, and it was a high ABV. I feel like I think it was like 8 or 9% if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I mean, it was so good. I mean, they had a couple of other good beers too. I think I had a couple wheats and some things like that there. But I'm telling you, this one, the Hand of Doom, from Fertile Grounds, 100%. Like I said, my favorite beer that we tried. I'm trying to think about some of the, like I said, it tastes like a chocolate coffee. I mean, it was the only one that I really gave a 5-star review to while we were on the road, on my Untappd. By the way, if you're on Untappd and you want to see my reviews of beers, you can check me out. It's Tyler Witkowski, my name, just like I am on all other social medias. Gracie, do you want to talk about the food that we had, though?
Oh, I do. So, like I said, we look up local places around us, and then really start to pick and choose. So we typically do it together, like on each of our phones, and one of us will just end up finding a place. And we found this place called Pig and Pint. And I will say, a lot of our places, if it wasn't a specific brewery, it typically had something alcoholic to drink there. A lot.
Obviously.
A lot of the times. So Pig and Pint was a barbecue place that also sold beer.
Yeah, and most of it was local craft beer. I had a couple craft beers there, too.
So we ended up, because we like a smorgasbord, if that's how you say it. Smorgasbord?
Yeah.
Of things to try, usually. And so we got like their big plates that they offer, which was like a ribs, brisket, sausage, potato salad, baked beans, things like that. But one of the biggest things that I mark as a good barbecue place is their sauce.
Yes.
And if you're from North Carolina, you understand.
Yeah, 100%.
So, that's kind of why we wanted to go there. We really do like to try different barbecue places. I haven't had the chance. I don't know if you have either. Texas barbecue.
I don't know if it's really barbecue, but yeah, I know what you're saying.
I want to try it.
I just probably offended a lot of people from Texas.
Yeah, I know.
But I think us and Texas people can all agree
they're
that
different. Is North Carolina and Texas barbecue?
Well,
they're
no,
on
I'm saying
spectrums.
we can agree that New York doesn't know how to do barbecue.
Well,
And if you're mad about that from New York, I will say down here we don't know how to do pizza like you guys, so you got that going for you.
That's true.
Speaking of pizza, we're gonna get to some of that later on.
Yeah. Oh God. So that's where we went in Mississippi, which granted, this is something we just wanted to do, like one restaurant, one place for each state that we went to. We did visit a few others as well, and if they were good enough to mention, we definitely will. So next state that we're going to be looking at is going to be Arkansas. Just kidding, Arkansas. We always call it Arkansas when we talk about it.
And if you remember, like, Arkansas is our favorite place.
Our
that we
number
went.
one so far. Yep.
If we ever settle down
Colorado
somewhere.
is super close, and
Yeah.
I think it's.
See,
I think
Ohio's closer to me.
Oh, I think Arkansas would be. I think Colorado might be my number one, to be honest. But I think Arkansas has the potential to be. We just stayed in Colorado for a month versus Arkansas was a week.
Yeah.
So
that's
I
true.
think if we could have done more in Arkansas, it probably would be like, no doubt about it, number one, which is why it's still up there.
So the first place that we went to eat and get beer whenever we got to Arkansas was a place called Superior Bathhouse Brewery. Probably hands down my favorite brewery.
Yeah.
They had really good food. So the food we got that first night was I got a Reuben, and if you know me, like I'm big on Reubens, love Reubens.
There's a couple of things that Tyler will always get, which he'll discuss the other one in a little bit, but typically he's gonna go one or two ways if it's on the menu. And it's fun because I don't know if other couples do this, but like when you go into a new restaurant you've never been before, like do you all, and I do this all the time with him, I look at the menu from his perspective and try to figure out what he's gonna order sometimes.
We both do that. We'll go through it and then we'll be like, "Ooh, I bet you're gonna order XYZ."
Yeah.
And she does that with beer now because she's learned like my beer stuff.
Yeah.
She'll try to. Sometimes I'll even like tell her like, "You order for me and see if it's the same thing I would have gotten," and I'm just gonna drink it. But anyway, so I had like 5 different beers at Superior. The first one
we visited there a lot.
Yeah, we did. The first one I had, which was definitely my favorite, was the Whittington Park Wheat. Now, they did have a peach sour called the Basic Peaches. I'm not big.
I feel like I did like that one.
You liked that one. I'm not huge on sours.
But they're my shit.
Yeah, but I do love peaches, and I think that was what it had going for it. It was definitely peachy flavored, but I can't do the sours that good.
Yeah.
What did you have for the food whenever we were there? Oh, you really liked the loaded buffalo
That's
fries.
what it was. That's what it was.
Those were really good too.
Those were super good.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, well, okay. So if you've never been to Arkansas, everybody knows Hot Springs.
Yeah.
Like you've heard of Hot Springs. Well, they have something called Bathhouse Row,
which is where this brewery was.
Yeah.
It was actually originally one of the
original
Superior Bathhouse.
Yeah. So they have, I want to say it's 5 or 6. I want to say, right?
What?
Bathhouses on the row.
Something like that.
Each of them have been converted into different things in
Most,
Arkansas.
I think 2 or 3 of them have been like spa type things.
Yeah, where
and
you
they're
can
still the
go
actual
into the
hot
natural
spring baths.
Right, exactly.
And that's another thing that was really cool about Superior was their beer is the only beer in the country, maybe the world, I don't know, but I know for sure the country, that is brewed with natural hot spring water.
Yep.
So that was really cool.
Yep.
I mean, things like that, like, this is going to sound crazy, but whenever I was working for the water department a couple years ago, I did a lot of research on reclaimed water, like wastewater that people would clean and reuse. And there are some breweries, I can't remember exactly where they are now off the top of my head. I want to say like Iowa or something.
You tell me that
they use reclaimed wastewater to make the beer, and I really want to try it because I mean,
I guess it goes through that filtered system and then another filtration system.
Yeah, I mean, like, that is one thing that I will say, like, from working in the water department, I know that properly treated wastewater, when it comes out, could be potable water. Most of the time, it's typically dumped back into a water source, but it is so clean that it doesn't impact the wildlife. So if it's not going to impact the wildlife, not obviously, but it's probably going to be safe for humans. So,
but also one of the things I wanted to chat about Arkansas about is we're puppy people. We're puppy people, and we've got 3 big old dogs. Well, Superior, when we went to Arkansas, it was quite chilly. It was one of our first states, so it was still cold.
Yeah, because it was in February because we didn't get to Colorado until March.
Yep. So Superior allows dogs, like a lot of breweries do.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I think there was one in Colorado that we took ours to. But typically, we don't take all three of them. It's very hard to take all three of them into a brewery because if you've been to breweries, they're either very wide, loud, or very small and crowded.
Yeah.
So it's a lot to take all three. But we did for Superior. They gave each of them their little pink bandanas that had Superior Bathhouse on it. Picture coming when we post this.
Yeah, 100%.
But they also had a puppy menu.
Yeah.
Which was adorable. A lot of places don't do that, and I really think people should. It's easy, marketable stuff.
I mean, they were the most dog friendly place. Like, not even just dog friendly brewery, dog friendly place we went to while we were on the road.
Yeah, like they all. I think it was like bacon, chicken, and like something else.
Yeah.
It was really cute. So, if you're in Arkansas, definitely recommend hitting up Superior Bathhouse Brewery. Also, if you didn't know, we've mentioned it before, so I'm gonna just slide it in. They are that is a dry county.
Yeah. I think it's a dry state, but I could be wrong.
So when you're there, you can't buy beer. What is it just on the Sundays?
Sundays, yeah.
And so they chain up their beer coolers in the gas station and stuff. Like, they lock it all up because it's illegal to buy it at that point. But little bit of a loophole, which we've said before, is if you go to a brewery, we bought, what is it called? What's the big glass? A growler. So we bought him a growler, and we were able to get him beer through like that. So that's just a little loophole for you all.
So I had to look it up just to make sure. But Arkansas is not a dry state. However, 31 of their 75 counties are dry or partially dry counties.
Oh,
so
okay.
that's a pretty good. I mean, that's a pretty high number.
That's a good amount. Yeah.
So yeah, Arkansas was definitely one of our favorite places. However, when we got to Oklahoma, we'll get to the beer in a minute because Gracie's really going to hit on this one. But the first place we went to eat was in Shawnee, which is the first place we stayed, and it was called the Garage Burger and Beer. And I think they are like kind of like a franchise, but mainly in like the Oklahoma area and then like some of the surrounding states. Their burgers were good. I wouldn't say that they were bad. But their truffle fries are what stood out to us. Oh my God, those truffle fries. Ugh.
And then what I got there was kind of like okay, y'all are gonna call Applebee's has this almost like Tex-Mex bowl that I get every time I go there. They had something very similar. Theirs was 10 times better than Applebee's, though. Yeah. And I got that both times we ate there.
You did.
And if you don't know, we went to 2 places in Oklahoma. So we started at the very bottom, and then if you look at Oklahoma State, it's got that little shot, like the little little arm square piece.
Yeah.
And we had to travel that way, and because it was so far, we ended up staying again in Oklahoma. And so we stayed. I think we only stayed there for a week, though. We ate there twice. Each
place for a week.
That's how good it was. We ate there twice.
Yeah. So while in Oklahoma, we went to Oklahoma City, which has quite a few breweries, and we hit quite a few of those.
Yeah.
So one of the breweries we went to was called Prairie OKC. So the first beer I got, which I thought I was really going to like, was called the Cinnamon Pecan Bomb. It was good. It wasn't bad. It was a imperial stout, obviously cinnamon pecan flavor. But Gracie, and this is probably the only time I will ever say this, definitely beat me on the beer for this place.
And honestly, I really think you ordered it for me.
I did. It was called Nerdy Dancing. Yeah. It was basically a nerd sour.
And if you haven't, I really encourage you to go look up their website. Because it had to have been, I don't know if it was a local artist, but their artwork on their cans was phenomenal.
It was
cute.
It was a local artist.
It's adorable. But yeah, it was amazing. When I tell you, I'm a nerd person. I love the sourness of them. So it was a sour, of course. It tasted like a nerd. Like, oh my God, I've never had a beer actually taste like what it sounds like this.
Yeah.
Ever. And Tyler bought me some to bring back. Like, I I obviously drank them, but
Yeah, I don't even think I drank any of those.
I don't think you did. I think I drank them all.
Not
They were
because I
so
didn't
good.
like them, but because she drank them before I did.
Because he knows if I find something like that, then I need to get it because I don't find things like that regularly for me.
Yeah.
We're in South Carolina now. I did find one that I really, really like, which was that Wicked Weed Blue Raz or something like that. I have a picture of it on my phone.
Yeah.
And then in Mount Airy at White Elephant during the summer, they have something called a Princess Peach.
Yeah.
That shit tastes like juice. Oh
Yeah.
my God, that's dangerous.
She also, we have a place that we really like going in Myrtle Beach called Crooked Hammock. You typically find a good beer there.
I find sours there because they rotate their sours, so I always get a sour from there.
So that covers Oklahoma. After Oklahoma was when we ended up in Colorado. You know, we spent a month in Colorado for my birthday, drinking beer and
this one was hard though because
smoking weed every day.
this one was a little harder because we were there for so long, so we had more to choose from.
Yeah. And so we did. Do you want to talk about the food first or the beer first? Let's talk about the food first because the beer is kind of a whole story on its own.
Okay, yeah. So the food, I mean, honestly, even with us staying there for 4 weeks, hands down, we went to a place called Voodoo. Was it just Voodoo Brewery?
Voodoo Brewing, yeah.
Yeah. And first of all, just a shout out to them because honestly, there's no places like this around anymore, but it was an all-female workforce. So the owner was female, all of the workers were female. I mean, it was a gorgeous place. It was so cool. One of my favorite places that we've been, honestly. They have a dill pickle pizza. And I know people are going to be like, I've had maybe, like, and I know there are pizzas out there with pickles on it.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what these people did to this pizza. Oh my God. The sauce was delicious. They had dill weed on it. It had slices of pickle on it. I feel like the cheese had pickle juice. I don't know. But oh my God. From the crust all the way to the toppings.
Yeah.
It was amazing. And let me tell you something. It was still good after I reheated it. I wanted to eat the whole pizza while we were there. And I couldn't.
Yeah.
But when we reheated it, it was just as good.
Yeah, and so the cool thing about Voodoo is they are kind of franchised. I don't know if you knew that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so they have quite a few.
Is there one near us?
100%. There's one in Myrtle Beach.
You're shitting me.
You're
fucking shitting me.
I'm not. I just farted, but I'm not shitting.
Are you seriously?
Yeah, 100%. I just looked it up.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm gonna cry. Do they have the pizza?
I don't know. I haven't looked up.
Okay, we're gonna have to go look it up after this.
Here we go.
Okay. Oh my God, we're gonna have to go look it up.
Yeah, it's like 8 miles from us.
I'm gonna cry. Okay. So while he's looking that up for me, because that's how we are. So that was the pizza, which was great. And before Tyler starts talking about the beer, I did want to mention.
They do have the Voodoo pickle pizza there.
Oh, you know what we're doing this weekend? Oh my God. Oh my God, I'm so happy right now.
As you can tell, she really liked this pizza.
Oh
and
my God.
It worked out well because she loves pizza and she loves pickles, and I do too.
He does too. That's something we'll go and share.
Yeah,
while we're
100%.
So before we start talking about the beer, I did want to mention one of Tyler's best friends, Kelsey. She lives in Colorado.
Colorado Springs.
Yeah. So we actually we had a really cute day with her. Like, we went and did a couple of things, but we did get coffee.
Yeah.
And Colorado, just downtown Colorado, first of all.
Colorado Springs.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Cute place to walk around. Love it there. I mean, just everybody was really friendly. All the shops were really cute.
Yeah.
But we did have coffee there that was just phenomenal. And I cannot for the life of me remember where it was, which makes me super sad.
Yeah. So, while we were in Colorado, I turned the big 3-0. And
my little old man.
Okay, first off, that's rude. Second off, so for the longest time, for my 30th birthday, I wanted a birthday roast.
Yeah, he's been
not
talking
like
about
the
that
food,
for a while.
but like where a Comedy Central type of roast.
Yeah.
Obviously, with us being in Colorado, we didn't have that.
Yeah.
So
We didn't know anybody.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I mean, we knew Kelsey and them. But Gracie, my beautiful wife, planned out an entire little trip for me on my birthday. We went to, what was it, 7 different breweries?
I planned 10.
10, yeah. We planned 10.
I planned 10.
No, we went to 8 because it was only
and
2 that
we
didn't
missed
go to.
2. Yeah, we went to 8 out of the 10.
So I
we started early too. It wasn't like we started
3:30.
Yeah, we started earlier in the day, and it took us. It took us a while to get through all of them.
I think we got home about 9:30 that night, 10 o'clock, somewhere around there.
I felt like it was later than that, TBH.
But Colorado has, especially Colorado Springs, where we went, has some higher ABV beers. And I had 1 to 2 beers at each of these places. So
yeah.
I think after it was all said and done with, I had about 12, 13 beers.
You did. You had quite a lot.
And I was toasty.
And I really want to say your favorite was from the first one we went to, wasn't it?
Yeah, the first place we went to was called Storybook Brewing. It was, if you know me, you know I love a good wheat beer. They had quite a few wheat beers on tap. The first one I tried was the Blackberry Bambalam, or the Whoa Blackberry Bambalam, and Gracie had
Which
never...
is just so cute, by the way, because we love that song, Black Betty.
Gracie had never heard that song before we got together, and I showed it to her, and it's now one of our favorite songs. So obviously that was one I got, and then the next one was the Last Strawberry Wheat. So while I was there, the bartender had told me that one thing that they like to do is mix some of their beers. Yeah. So she gave me a half blackberry, half strawberry wheat, and oh my God, like that changed my life. And I also got a free birthday beer that day.
That was so sweet.
I know, I was so excited.
She was really cool too.
Yeah.
Like honestly, sometimes I will say the way that I feel about a brewery is because I don't drink all the time, so I'll sit there with Tyler and we'll talk and stuff, but the way that I feel about them sometimes is who the bartender is.
100%.
Because they make the environment.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Like here at Sun Outdoors in Myrtle Beach, where we're staying now, we've got some great bartenders that really that keep, like the annuals like us, that keep them coming back.
100%.
Because of their personality and because of how they interact with the guest. I mean, it truly does make a difference. Like, bartending is not just about making drinks and everything. Like, yeah, obviously you got to have good mixology skills and know how to make drinks and pour beer and all that good stuff. But, like, your personality is key there.
100%. So our next state we're going to be talking about is Kansas.
And let me tell you, Kansas just kind of sucks.
Kansas's state flower is the sunflower, so they can't suck that much.
That's all it has going for them. And the place we had food and beer from.
Yeah. So granted, now, we stayed in Hays, Kansas, which is a little more of a rural area than I'd say we were probably used to. On each side of the campground that we stayed on were fields of stuff. I don't know what they were, but fields of stuff.
But, I mean, to be fair, we went to a couple different places, including Dodge City, which, if you remember that story, we almost ran out of gas on the way back from.
I don't get why everybody likes that place so much.
Really, there's nowhere in Kansas that I liked.
It's got to be.
Like I said, besides this brewery and restaurant.
That is true.
Which I guess I'll kind of hit that because I was
it really needs to be you.
Yeah. So we went to this place called Gella's Diner and LB Brewing. And so this is what Gracie was alluding to earlier.
Two things on the menu.
Yeah. So I am a huge bologna sandwich fan. I get bologna sandwiches from everywhere I go. I still, to this day, will say that the older lady at the Waccamaw Speedy Mart in Lake Waccamaw makes, hands down, the best fried bologna and cheese biscuit or sandwich, whatever she makes. It's good no matter what kind of bread she uses. But this place was a close second. And I think it's because, they had a bologna sandwich that they put coleslaw on. Now... Was it fried? Yeah, it was a fried bologna sandwich with coleslaw.
Hey, you don't know. Some people may have never had one, so you got to tell them it was fried.
That is true.
Because I don't like bologna, but at least hot bologna I feel like is better than cold bologna.
Yeah. But I am a big coleslaw fan. Gracie, not so much. It has to be like her dad's coleslaw,
Gotta
pretty
be
much,
specific.
or
It can't
KFC
be
coleslaw.
gross. Because some people don't know how to make it right.
That's true. But I'm telling you, like, this bologna sandwich with coleslaw changed the way, like, I viewed bologna sandwiches. In fact, Gracie's cousin is now married to a guy named Ty, and he and I are real good friends. And that's one thing that we have in common is we both love a good fried bologna sandwich. And I sent him the picture of it and told him, I was like, man, this completely changed bologna sandwiches, like the game of bologna sandwiches for me. And I definitely, Ty, if you're listening to this, I'm going to make us fried bologna sandwiches with homemade coleslaw sometime. So don't worry, I still got you, buddy. Now, the other thing that I had from there was the lemon ale wheat. Which was actually, I think this was the first lemon wheat that I had ever had. I'm used to like a lemon shandy, which is more of like a lager, like a summer beer. But this lemon wheat, I mean, it tasted like a lemonade to me, like a lemonade, an alcoholic lemonade. Kind of like a Mike's, but Mike's hard lemonade, but with a lesser lemon flavor and a lesser alcohol tinge. But yeah, it was really, really good. So after that, we went to Missouri, and in Missouri, you may remember, we met up with our friend Turtle.
Yeah.
So, again, when we were in Missouri, our favorite place to eat and drink was a brewery. You want to talk about the food at this one, Gracie?
Oh, yeah. Okay, so we just went to so many places that, like, you just have to, like, jog your memory again. So we went to a place called Heavy Riff Brewing, or Brewery. I never know which one it is.
It's brewing.
But we actually had, I think, I ordered the nachos, I want to say,
Yeah.
and Tyler ordered an Asian pork wrap, and I don't know if, did you like yours as much as you liked mine? Because I definitely remember us sharing mine.
Yeah, no, we shared mine too because
Did
we
we?
split it in half because you liked mine so much.
Well, maybe we ate all yours then. I do remember
We
that.
ate both of them, all of both of them.
Surprise.
Yeah.
But they did have some like really good inspired type of food. I know that their barbecue nachos were also more Asian-y inspired too.
Yeah, 100%.
So that was really cool. And then I think, and honestly, Tyler's beer was odd too. Like,
Again.
it was like a unique place that had
Yeah,
very weird is not the right word.
unique.
I just said unique. I
Oh.
didn't want to use the same word again.
Very
Special.
special. So again, oddly enough, I had another lemon wheat. It was called the Squeeze Box.
Surprise there.
Well, that is a surprise because the first lemon wheat I had ever had was in Kansas right before that. But yeah, so the Squeeze Box lemon wheat.
That's because we're starting to get into the summer months here too.
That is true.
A little bit, yeah.
That I don't know. It was a close. It's hard for me to decide between that one and the lemon ale from Gella's Diner. But I mean, they were both like neck and neck for me. I really, in fact, let me see what I put on Untappd to see what they leveled out to.
You know why he's doing that? I will say, remember how I said in the earlier, like, if it was good enough to be mentioned, like, we would mention it. I did forget to mention that back in Colorado, we had both gone a while without getting our hair cut. So we went and got our hair cut, which is a big step for me. FYI, if you didn't know, my sister cuts my hair, and I don't let anybody else touch it. So because we were going to be gone for so long, I went ahead and got it cut while we were there, and we went and ate food.
Yeah.
And Tyler ended up getting this beer that he really, really enjoyed. It was like blueberry something.
It was a blueberry wheat, and they
they
put
put-
actual blueberries in
Yeah,
there.
it was
Now,
very special.
The second beer that I got, if you remember, was like the unicorn beer, and it had like glitter in it.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, it had glitter in it. So, looking back at my ratings on Untappd, the lemon ale from LB Brewing actually beat out the Squeeze Box lemon wheat by 0.25. So, I gave the lemon ale a 4.25, and then Squeeze Box a 4. So, it was, like I said, neck and neck. It was right there close to each other.
And if everybody's here for the traveling and not the beer part, I don't know if he's really explained it, but Untappd is just like an iPhone app that people like to put their beers on and rate their beers.
Right.
It's nothing special.
I mean,
But
it's like a social media for beer connoisseurs.
Nice. Yeah, it is kind of nice though, because sometimes he'll look up a beer and see if he feels like he's gonna like it, or like he's using it today, so he has the history of what he's used, which is cool.
And you can like add friends. So like my buddy Matt, if some of y'all may know, we used to do the Back Porch Parlay podcast together, where we did a lot of beer reviews. He used it. He kind of is the one who turned me on to it. And, well, I found out about it in college because Untappd was created in Wilmington.
What?
Untappd was a Wilmington company.
Oh, learn something new today.
Untappd and Next Glass. Next Glass is like the wine version of Untappd. But yeah, so I knew about it in college because it had just come out, so I had downloaded it, but never really used it until me and Matt had started using it together. But you can add like friends on it, see what they're drinking, see what they thought about their beers, comment on their stuff. You can comment on like the public. So like if you post a review of a beer, everybody can see it, so you can comment on that, all kinds of stuff. It's really cool. So before we jump into our next place, we're going to take a quick break to talk about a different kind of drink, an energy drink. So as you may remember, Dubby is the sponsor of the podcast Adventure with Coffee. So we're going to jump into the commercial break, and we'll be right back.
When you're running on campground Wi-Fi and 3 hours of sleep, you need more than just good vibes. And that's where Adventure with Coffee podcast sponsor Dubby comes in. No crash, no jitters, just clean, focused energy that won't make your hands shake or your heart scream.
It's zero sugar, zero fillers, and zero fake stuff. None of that weird stuff you can't pronounce. Basically, if chaos had a chill cousin that helped you focus and tasted good, it'd be Dubby. We don't hit record or the road without it.
Made in the U.S., camper approved, and RV life tested. This isn't your sketchy gas station energy drink.
So grab yours at w.gg and use Adventure W Coffee at checkout for 10% off. Because RV life is unpredictable, but your energy doesn't have to be.
And welcome back. So big shout out to Dubby. Thank you for everything you do for us, for powering us, for fueling us, and for sponsoring our podcast. So let's jump into another kind of beer, or another kind of drink, beer. So our next stop on our trip was Illinois. I think it was actually one of the first places that we had went to was Genosa. I think it was Genosa Brewing in Genosa, Colorado. So
Genosa, Illinois.
That's what I meant. You wrote down Colorado in the notes, so
I know,
and I literally just said that wasn't right.
Yeah.
So I'm.
It's okay.
Dumb.
It's okay.
So they had a beer. If you know me, like I'm big on like citrus fruits, so like mangoes, oranges, peaches, lemons. So they had a mango tango wheat, and it was one of the first mango wheats I had. Actually, I think it was the first mango wheat that I had on the road. Now, Mango Cart from Goldenrod Brewing and they're out of California, so they're not like local, but that's my go-to if there's nothing else that really looks good, and they've got that on tap or in a can. But yeah, it was really good. It had a good flavor to it, good sweet, but also kind of that weedy aftertaste. So yeah, but that's not the important part from Illinois. Gracie, you want to talk about the food from Illinois?
So, of course, well, first of all, let me just say, Tyler surprised me with, go ahead, the soccer game.
Oh, you go ahead.
Oh, okay. So, Tyler surprised me to go watch a professional soccer game, which was very, very cool. So, he knew. I'm a very big pizza person anyways. I mean, we both kind of are.
Yeah.
But
and let me tell you, sorry,
go ahead.
it was a big step for me to get these tickets because it was for the Chicago Fire Major League Soccer team. And I've said it 100 times, and I'll probably say it 100 more times. Probably more than that in my life. I hate Chicago. Hate that place.
He's
Despise
been there before
place.
me. He went before me.
I swore. I went back in 2016, 2017, and I swore I'd never go back. But Gracie really loves soccer, and we had done a lot of stuff for me, I felt like, on the road. Because, like, when we were in Missouri, the state before, we went to the Zach Bryan concert. She had got me Zach Bryan tickets for Christmas the year before, and we went to that. So I kind of wanted to do something nice for her to show her my appreciation, and so I bought those tickets.
And he ended up falling in love with it.
I did. We've been to quite a couple soccer games since. We went to the one in Kentucky, and then we went to the Charlotte game.
Yep. So while we were in Chicago, of course we had to try Chicago pizza. Never had it before. Was super excited. Wanted to try it. Holy shit! That's the only thing I can. Holy shit! Like, it is the deepest of dish pizza that you could think of.
I describe it like a lasagna pizza or a pizza lasagna.
And the people that say they don't like it don't know what they're talking about, because oh my god.
Let me just tell you, it's not that I don't like it. It's just that nothing is worth going to Chicago for me.
I would go back to Chicago for their pizza again.
You can go alone. Actually, no, I'm not letting you go alone. Not to Chicago. That place sucks.
It was just a phenomenal. And I get it. Like, a lot of people like the thin pizza. But just, like, to me, if I'm going to order pizza from, like, a chain place, I'm going to go to Pizza Hut and get their hand-tossed pan pizza because it's thick. And I like thick pizza.
She does. That's why she likes me, because I'm thick.
I was,
Thick boy.
oh my god, get out of here. So, anyways, if you haven't been to Chicago and you end up going, obviously Chicago pizza should be on your radar. You need to go try it.
And I will, like, we didn't have this while we were there because she's not a big hot dog fan anyway.
Nah.
But the first time I went, I did have a Chicago-style hot dog, which was all right. Definitely different.
Was
I think
it different from, like, because isn't it, like, relish, mustard?
No. It's got, like, a pickle spear and tomatoes and, like, a banana pepper or something on it. Yeah, it's wild stuff. It's not like your typical hot dog. But it was pretty good. Obviously, I didn't get the tomatoes because I don't like tomatoes.
All right.
So after we left Illinois and I got away from that awful hell of a place called Chicago, we wound up going to Michigan. And so when we stayed in Michigan, we were like right on the border of Indiana. So we kind of split time between Michigan and Indiana while we were there. The beer that I had that was probably my favorite was called the Pecan a la Mode from Great White Shark in Niles, Michigan. It was really good. I love a good pecan pie type of food, and then I've fallen in love with like pecan beers, which I never thought would be a thing, but it is delicious. But I mean, it was good. It was a nice sweet flavor from like the a la mode part, which if you don't know, a la mode means with ice cream. And then like a nutty.
I didn't know that for a long time.
Did you really? Oh, I thought you
for a long time I didn't.
And then like the nutty flavor from the pecan, so it played together really well. Oh, so just out of curiosity for the chat, chat, leave your comments. So is it pecan or pecan? I just want to hear your thoughts.
It's pecan,
anyway, yes.
And any other version is incorrect.
I say it both ways. Have you ever noticed that?
No.
Yeah, I'll say it both ways, just kind of like, I don't know.
In what instance do you say pecan?
I don't know. Sometimes I'll be like, I want a pecan pie.
It's pecan pie.
Pecan.
No. It's
Pecan!
It's pecan.
Pecan! Anyway,
No.
sorry if that hurts your ears, guys. So kind of going back to what I was saying earlier, we didn't have very much food in Michigan. But the one place that we did go to while we were in Michigan, it was actually like the day before we were leaving, was in Indiana that we really liked. So we're going to go ahead and move on to Indiana.
There's a cute little story for that one, though.
Yeah. So do you want to tell the story?
I'll tell the story.
Okay.
So when we got married...
August 15th, 2020, by the way.
Yeah, August 15th, 2020. We had no plan on how to get to Tennessee. We were just like, well, we'll just stop at a hotel on the side of the road and roll out, spend the night, get up, and keep trucking to Tennessee the next day. So that's exactly what we did. And it just happened to be that when we got up the next morning after our first night, we looked up a place to eat breakfast before we hit the road, and it was this place called Metro Diner. They had the best chicken and waffles that I've ever had in my life. Still to this day, even with this Metro Diner, because it was different. But we do typically, we looked it up just to see, like, while we were traveling, if we could find it Indiana happened to have a Metro Diner, same franchise and everything.
Yep.
So we decided to go there and eat. I will say my first one was better,
Yeah.
but this one was very close.
Now, I will say that the food I got from this one was probably better than the first one for me. I got the beef tips in brown gravy over rice, and it was so good. Like, I devoured that shit.
You did. It looked really freaking good. See, that's the difference. Look at what
Yeah,
I got:
see?
chicken and waffles at a diner, and he got beef tips at a diner. So that's where we ate at. That was more of like a memorable
Yeah.
type of food.
So the beer, whenever we actually went to Indiana, we wound up going to Indianapolis one day, and there was this place called Sun King Brewery. Now this is a little change from other things that I've mentioned, because pretty much all the beers that I've mentioned up to now have been either a wheat or a porter stout. So this one was actually called the Lap Lane Lager. And it was really good. I love a good lager. Yingling, whenever I met Gracie, actually was my favorite beer. I used to have Yingling
I
merch.
still
Do
like
you remember
Yuengling. Oh yeah.
that? I used to have a Yingling hat and a Yingling shirt that I got from one of the vendors whenever I was managing Applebee's.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was really, really good. I really enjoyed it. And then from there, we went to my second favorite place that we went to.
I just remembered the Friends episode where Mike was hanging out with Ross. He's like, "Well, what's the difference between a beer and a lager?"
I hate that episode because
do too.
a lager is a type of beer, so there isn't a difference. So that
I'm
bothers
sorry.
me.
I'm so sorry. That was such a squirrel moment.
It
Okay,
was.
go ahead.
Squirrel. So we stayed in Sandusky, Ohio, at Camp Sandusky.
We
which,
loved
oh
Ohio.
my gosh, I loved the Camp Sandusky. It was amazing.
Yeah, I really think it had to do with the campground more than anything.
Yeah. Well, that and so we have two foods that are kind of tied for first, in my opinion.
And guess what? Guess what, guys? They're both fucking his.
They are, actually. So the first one that I want to talk about, so there's a gas station chain in Ohio called Friendly's. Or
He has
something like that.
He has talked about this, by the way.
So they tout themselves as having the best fried chicken in Ohio. So I went to this place so much that I eventually became...
It was right across the street from the campground, by the
Literally
way,
right
which
across
is
the
why
street.
he kept going there.
And I wound up making friends with one of the guys that works there. He was a black guy, dreads, and he was so cool. Like, every time I came in there, we'd sit there and talk. I'm not going to say his name because I don't want to get him in trouble for this. Dude used to, like, I'd come in there and get a black and mild, and he'd always give me a free fountain drink. And, like, it was just so great. And
He made a friend.
yeah, he was my buddy. So I asked him one day, I was like, look, man, I was like, be honest with me. I was like, how's the fried chicken? Like, it says it's the best fried chicken. He was like, nah. He was like, honestly, he's like, don't tell my grandma this, but it's better than my grandma's fried chicken. Now, if a gas station's chicken is better than somebody's grandma's fried chicken, either your grandma doesn't know how to make fried chicken or the gas station's doing something right. And let me tell you, in this case, the gas station was doing something right.
It was phenomenal, man.
Oh my God. I mean,
it was so good.
That was probably, I'd be willing to say, the best fried chicken I've ever had, besides Grandy's. And you never had Grandy's.
I don't think I've ever had
Yeah.
Grandy's.
It was so good.
I
Oh
don't know.
God.
My daddy makes really good fried chicken.
Your dad does.
I
So,
love his chicken.
We had that. I had that. That was definitely up there. And then we went to this place. I think this was actually the first place we went to when we were there, called Saucy Brew Works.
Yeah.
So typically, whenever we were traveling, I was the one driving, and Gracie would look up the place that we were going to go for dinner the night that we got there. Because obviously, after driving
Tradition.
for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hours, I wanted to have a beer whenever we got there.
And he also wanted to drive to the restaurant for whatever reason. Tell me how that makes sense.
That is true. I don't know. So while we were looking up, we noticed that quite a few restaurants in this area had something called a walleye. And we were like, what is that? So we looked it up. And it's, if you don't know, walleye is a fish that is typically, it's found in other places, but it's most well known for being in the Great Lakes.
Yeah.
Sandusky is on, I think, Lake Michigan. So I love fish. I'm not a fan of freshwater fish, and walleye is a freshwater fish. I tell
That's 'cause
people all the
they taste
time.
like yuck.
Yeah, freshwater is typically muddy flavored. And I tell
Yuck.
people all the time that it's because saltwater fish is marinated in salt water its entire life, so it has a better flavor. Like you, just like whenever you marinate something in salt water or like cooked noodles or something, it gives it a different flavor.
Yeah.
But that's just a theory. I don't have any scientific evidence to back that up. But this place was called Saucy Brew Works. I had the walleye, and it was fucking delicious.
It was so good, and I will eat flounder and salmon, and that is probably the extent of fish that I will eat for the most part.
She'll get like a fish and chip sometimes.
Or like, is the tuna I get, the raw tuna? Is that
I mean, tuna's fish, yeah.
Okay,
Did you just ask if tuna was fish?
technically.
Did you just ask if tuna fish was fish? The literal name of it is tuna fish.
I know, my brain wasn't working. Like, I'll eat tuna too. Like, I'll do tuna salad and stuff like that. But
as far as like fried fish,
but like fish, like actual fish.
fried fish, she's
Flounder.
very picky.
It's
Flounder,
flounder.
yeah.
I don't eat fried. Is salmon? I've never had fried salmon.
I don't think
Can they do that?
I've never had fried salmon. It may be a thing, but not that I know
But
of.
regardless, that walleye was so good.
And if you know Gracie, like when she eats seafood, cocktail sauce.
Oh, and
100%.
it better burn my nose, buddy. You better have horseradish all in it.
Now their cocktail sauce was good,
It was pretty good.
but she liked this fish so much that she
I
would
didn't need
even
it.
eat it with she
didn't
didn't
need it.
use that much cocktail
And I'm a
sauce.
condiment person
Uh-huh.
through my bones.
Yeah.
Like, I need it.
So while we were there, we also had my favorite beer, and Gracie also had a mixed drink while we were there.
Oh, yeah.
My beer was called Phones at the Beach. It was, surprise, surprise, a wheat beer, but it was a blueberry wheat.
Yeah, it was good. It looked good, too.
It was really good. Like, the only reason that the Colorado blueberry wheat that you mentioned earlier
Yeah.
topped it was because they actually put blueberries in it.
I think
it
that's
had
so
a better flavor.
cute.
Yeah, 100%. It was really cool. And then, so we noticed that they had specialty drinks that had that came with a duck on top.
It was called the Saucy Duck.
Yeah.
I have a
So-
picture of it. It's cute.
And if you know us, we drive a Jeep.
Yeah.
So we're big, the Duck Squad. So Gracie and I talked about it, and I was like, "We'll get it," because she thought the duck was cute. It was like a tiny duck, like not
and it
tiny,
had sunglasses on
yeah.
its face.
So I told her to get it, and so she got it, and she actually really liked it.
It was really good. We still have the duck.
Yep, it's
We
still
did-
on our dash.
We did the same thing when Outback came out with their little duck koalas. We went to Outback.
Colorado.
Yeah, we went specifically to Outback to eat there so we could get that drink and get the duck for it.
And let me tell you, the franchise Outback koala duck was worse quality than the duck from this non-franchised one location
That is
restaurant.
true.
Because the koala duck is like melting and like deflated,
It's very thin.
but all of our other ducks are fine. So
Yeah.
it was the quality. But yeah. So after Ohio, we wound up driving. Oh God, that if you've heard this story before, if you've listened to our podcast, this drive was hell. But we went to Pennsylvania.
Ooh, you cussed.
I feel like we've been cussing a lot.
I
this
have,
episode,
but I just
so.
wanted to see. Sorry,
Ooh,
my
she's
bad.
stealing it? I did that the other day.
I know he did do that the other day, and
We
Where
went to
were we?
Walmart here in Myrtle Beach,
oh
and
my god, it was so embarrassing.
she was I took the receipt, and she had the bag.
And you
and-
know how they look at if you have something that's not in a bag. A lot of the times they like to check your receipt. Some
Because we
people
had
walk,
the air mattress.
Yeah, some people walk past it. Some people let them check the receipt. What to each your own. And I was like, come back, because he always walks ahead of me.
So I was walking, and I told her, I was like, I'm gonna walk away and see if this guy stops you. And she's like, no, don't do that. So I walked. I
Anxiety.
started walking a little bit faster, and as I walked by this guy, I was like, ooh, she's stealing. And he stared, and she's like, come back. And he's like staring at her, and she stopped at him, like, she's like, did you see my receipt? And he's like, no. And I
Yeah,
was like,
and
damn
I
it.
just walked away. It was so embarrassing.
It was funny. It was hilarious.
He hates his job.
So anyway, I don't even know how we got on that tangent. We went to this place called.
Wait, you didn't even say the state yet.
I did. I said we drove 10 hours.
Oh, wait, yeah, you
No,
did.
I did. Did I? I don't know. Okay.
Maybe.
Well, I'm
I
gonna
don't
say
know.
the state again if I already said it, and if not, here's the first time. We went to Pennsylvania. The place we stayed at was really
Amish.
cool. And, yeah, the Amish country. So, I don't think... I didn't have any beer there. No real beer. But I did have
No.
root beer from
Yeah.
a roadside stand
Yeah.
that was run by an Amish guy, let me tell you.
We stopped. It was the cutest thing. It was
Yeah.
like a cute little. It was like a roadside Amish. Like it was something that was there all the time.
Right.
But it was like just a wooden type of building.
Kind of like a barn.
And they did like it's almost okay. It was Amish style Cracker Barrel. They did the quilts and
But without
they
the
did
food.
the bonnets. Yeah, without the food. And they sold. It was like a little general store,
Yeah.
Amish general store kind of.
Best root beer I've ever had, hands down.
And they did those chips that we got.
Oh yeah, the salt and vinegar chip,
Those
the
were
homemade kettle chips.
so
Yeah.
good. Oh my god.
But we went to this Amish restaurant called Katie's Kitchen.
It had no AC.
Oh yeah, it was hot. It was
Which
hot as hell.
we should have known because the Amish don't use AC.
But they did use electricity, which was weird. But we looked that up. Like they will use electricity for certain things, but not for other things.
Yeah.
But while we were there, I had meatloaf. I love meatloaf, and this was pretty good. I mean, like it wasn't the best.
It wasn't my
meatloaf I
daddy's
had.
meatloaf.
That's true. That's true. It wasn't
My
meatloaf.
daddy. Oh yeah, you and daddy, y'all
Yeah.
both make really good meatloaf.
I think the best thing that I had while we were there was the apple pie. Oh my god,
I don't
apple
like
pie
pie.
a la mode had a scoop of handmade vanilla ice cream on it.
Handmade.
Handmade, homemade. Yeah, I'm
Homemade.
Sure it was handmade. Well, it could've been
Homemade.
It was probably handmade too. All right, tell them about yours because you really liked yours.
I did like mine. I got a chili cheese baked potato, which I'm a potato person. I will always typically choose a potato. And oh my god, it was so freaking good because they made the chili. And their chili was a little different. Pennsylvania's chili is different from North Carolina
Yeah.
chili, but it was
It was a
delicious.
little sweet, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Not like like some places I've had.
I like
sweet
mine
chili.
savory. Like mine is savory that I make.
I feel like there's like
And spicy.
there are some places that do like overly sweet chili.
Yeah.
I feel like theirs had like a nice touch of sweetness,
It
but
was
it wasn't
good.
overbearing.
Yeah, it was definitely really, really good. Definitely different. Honestly, staying there, like staying in Pennsylvania and like being able to like immerse yourself in like the Amish ways was really cool.
Yeah.
It was one of my honestly, it was one of my favorite places to be in.
Yeah.
Because of that.
And I tell people this all the time, like people from Pennsylvania, and they're blown away. But Pennsylvania, the part of Pennsylvania that we were in, had the best roads that we saw on the trip.
And I think we looked it up, and wasn't it because there are horse and buggies? They
Right.
keep their roads like
They have to for the
at a
horses
high
and
standard.
the buggies. Yeah. So after we left Pennsylvania, we went to my legacy state, where my dad and grandpa's side of the family is from, and probably had my favorite meal while we were there. We went to get out of here. You're fired. You're no longer allowed to be on this podcast for saying that. We went to Jersey, New Jersey, and while we were there, we went to the place where my dad is from, called Saryville. And while we were there, Gracie has never had pork roll. Now, if you're from Jersey, you know pork roll, don't call it Taylor ham. Taylor ham, look,
Taylor ham is the off-brand.
No. That's wrong. I'm just going to settle a debate. Taylor ham is the name of the brand. It was created by a guy. I think his name was John Taylor. He created it. And the type of meat is called pork roll. So it's Taylor ham pork roll is what it is. So it's both of them. Don't tell me I'm wrong for saying either one of them because technically you're not. Anyways, so we had a pork roll sub with cheese and mayonnaise. That's all I got on it.
The bread was so good, by the way.
Yeah, the bread was really good from Riddle and Martin's. Now, if you don't know, bread, biscuits, rolls, bagels, things like that are very different in the north.
Everybody knows that.
Not everybody knows that, actually. It's very different in the north because of the water, how the water is, and also the atmosphere, or the
fresher.
Yes. So their sub
I
roll
guessed.
at Riddle and Martin's was really good, and but yeah, I loved this. It's kind of like a mix between bologna,
That's why it wasn't. It was good.
Canadian ham, and spam.
It was Don't get me wrong. All three meats he just mentioned, I don't like.
But she liked this.
But pork roll was not bad.
And we wound up going to a little park that I used to go to when I was a kid.
It was so cute.
And we sat at one of the picnic tables and shared a bag of chips.
Yeah.
And
had it. It was
a
honestly,
giant
it really was. I'm saying the bread, just because I'm weird about meat
You
like
are.
that. So because all three that you just described, what pork roll kind of encompasses, I don't like. It was one thing where I was like, well, I'm gonna try it, and it wasn't bad. The bread was.
I'm just saying, you devoured that thing, though.
I was so hungry too. It wasn't bad. It really wasn't bad. I'd get it again, to be honest. But Riddle and Martin's apparently has been there for a long time.
Very long time. It's not the same owners anymore, though. It is now.
And it's like a shack. Like when I say a shack,
It's a house.
It,
I mean, it's literally it's a.
oh, it does. It
it's
looks like a house.
No,
from the
it
outside.
doesn't just look like it. It is. It's a 2-story house, and the owners live on the top floor.
It's very cute. It looks like one of those bodega delis that
Yeah.
you see on TV. Very small on the inside. Like
Yeah.
you have barely any room to walk around. But very, very good.
No seating, like. That's
No,
why
you
we
don't.
Went to the park.
You get it and you leave.
Yep. And while we were there, I didn't have any special kind of beer. I think I had Miller Lite while I was there.
We
I
didn't stay there for very long. We did do Jersey Mike's while we were in New Jersey.
We
'cause
did.
It's
And we did the bagel place.
holy F! I forgot about that place.
What was that bagel that I had?
We've
Oh
talked
my
about
gosh,
it.
was so
We've talked about it
good.
before, but these bagels were like, I drive to New Jersey for these bagels
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
They were so freaking good, and it was a place that wasn't too far from the campground because we
No,
were
it
just
was only
looking.
like 15 minutes.
We were looking for a place to
Coffee
breakfast
is what
at.
we were originally looking for, I think.
Yep.
And then we got there and we're like, oh, well, let's get something to eat. Yeah.
And
it
they
was
were
so good. Wow.
they were monster bagel sandwich. I'm talking monster ones.
Yeah, and delicious.
good.
I think we actually had it twice. I think we got. That's right, because I got because you really liked what I got. Because I think you got like an egg Benedict or something from there.
I probably did. I'd go for that.
So, but the day before we left, I wound up going out and getting one of the bagel sandwiches that I had for us to split. You remember that?
That's right. I remember that.
So, like I said, I didn't really have a lot of beer. I had kind of like not weaned off from beer, but just kind of taken a break from drinking a lot of beer.
Yeah.
I kind of went the cheap route and was doing like Miller Lite and stuff because we had just gotten
That's
so
his
busy.
white
at that
trash
point.
beer he drinks.
Yeah, well, Miller Lite, Busch Light, Keystone Light, PBR.
Disgusting.
I don't do Bud Light.
All of them disgusting.
Yeah. I don't do Michelob either. A lot of people do Michelob Ultra. But
If I'm gonna
I-
do a
yeah.
white trash beer, that's probably gonna be it.
Yeah. So, after New Jersey, that led us to our last stop on our 2024 trip before we got back home, and that was in Maryland. So, when we were in Maryland, we went to this really freaking cool brewery called Patriot Acres Brewery, or Patriot Acres Farm Brewery, I think is what it was. It was veteran-owned,
Yeah.
but it was a farm that
had dogs.
they had llamas.
Well, yeah, but we didn't go over there because some kids were over there. I didn't get to pet
Yeah,
no
but we still
llama.
got to see the llamas.
That is true.
Like
Which I really feel like when it's because I can't remember what time of year was that. Fall. It had to have been fall.
It was August.
Fall. Okay,
Because
it was still hot.
Because whenever we were in Maryland, we were going to go to the Crab House for our anniversary.
That's right. And
But
all-
we had that hurricane
that
come through
huge
and it
flood
flooded. Yeah,
everywhere,
so
yeah.
for our anniversary, we wanted to go to this shitty ass
hibachi place.
hibachi place that was
like
terrible,
like the Tokyo Express places
Yeah.
that you go to.
but worse.
It's okay. We're still together. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We were able to.
But
be
we
together.
did. But that was because we went to go see Deadpool and Wolverine.
Such a good
Made
movie
up
to
for
go
it.
see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so great.
But yeah, so yeah, Patriot Acres was really cute, very farmsy, very local-y. They had the sheep herding big ass farm dogs.
Yeah.
They had 2 of them inside of this little ass brewery, so
Yeah.
that was cute.
And they closed every day at like 5:00 because they had to do their farm work.
Yep.
So
Yeah, I
that was
remember
pretty
that.
cool too. Like it was a bummer because like we didn't get off until 5:30, so we couldn't really go there a lot. But it was worth it. The beer I had was called the PCP. No, it was not drugs. I did not get wet, which I found out that means taking PCP when I was in Kinston, and me and Matt were at a bar, and this guy came up to me, and he's like, "You want to go get wet?" And I smoked cigarettes at the time, so I was like, "Yeah, let's go smoke." And Matt stopped me. He's like, "That means smoke PCP." I was like, "Ooh, let's not go do that." Anyway.
I didn't even know PCP was something that you smoked.
Yeah, it is. So it was this is a different type of beer. For our last stop, it was a pineapple coconut IPA. Now, I've got to really be in the mood for an IPA. Like, a couple months ago, I went into, like, a big IPA kick. I was, like, drinking IPAs like nobody's business. But, so this one was really good. I mean, like, I love a good, there's a brewery back home called Wilmington Brewing Company. And they do a beer called Tropical Lightning. Well, they do, I think it's, like, Tropic Week or Tropic Fest or something like that, where every day during the week, they release a different variant of the Tropical Lightning. And the best one that I've ever had was, oh gosh, I can't even remember what it was called. But it was like this. It was a fruity beach type of beer, but it was really good. The PCP was really good from Patriot Acres. And then I'll let you talk about the food that we had, because it was kind of surprising.
Yeah, well, you'll probably be better about the food part, but we did want to go, and I think this actually sparked where we started trying to do this a little bit more, was we went to this peach festival in Maryland, because Tyler's a big peach person. I don't even like peaches.
And we didn't even know about it until, like, we passed a sign.
Yeah.
And
they
we were
had
like,
those little
let's
local
go.
signs.
And it was, like, that day, like, we passed the sign, and we were like, oh, let's go. So
Yeah.
we were going somewhere else, and we just, like,
We
did a
went there.
UE and turned around and went there.
So glad we did. It was such a cute festival. We actually, throughout our entire trip, we had gathered like Christmas gifts for everybody.
Oh, yeah.
For things that they would never be able to get. So we did get a couple of people some things from this festival, which was really cool.
Yep.
But
So
Tyler ended up getting a peach pie, obviously.
Yeah.
He's a pie person.
love pie. Gracie's a weirdo and doesn't like pie. Weirdo.
It's not weird.
I'm a
I just don't
weirdo.
think fruit should be hot.
Okay, well, this one wasn't. So I got a peach pie while we were there. It was a homemade peach pie. Like, the place that had this festival was a farm, and like they had a bunch of different things, but they had peach. They grew peaches there.
Yeah.
So this was a homemade peach pie. So I got it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like one of the best pie, probably maybe the best pie I've ever had. So I made Gracie try it, and
It was good.
yeah, I finally found a pie that she liked.
The crust on that pie
Oh
was
my God,
delicious,
yes.
though.
And
That's really-
you're not huge on peaches either.
I don't like peaches.
And so that was kind of the weird part, was like, she doesn't like pie, she doesn't like peaches, but she
I
really
love
liked this.
I love a good cobbler if it's strawberry. I hate a peach cobbler. Yuck. I don't
It's
like
so weird
peaches.
because cobbler's hot. It's
But
basically a pie.
My strawberries, a strawberry cobbler is great. I can't question what it is. I don't know.
And this is just another example of me making, even to this day, making her try stuff that she's never had.
He does. I appreciate it. I don't think I'd probably still be the person eating grilled chicken sandwiches every time I went out if I didn't have him in my life.
Probably. And
Yeah.
that would be a boring life.
It would.
Bland.
Bland.
And you wouldn't know how to use seasoning.
That's also true. I'm still learning. He makes better spaghetti than me.
I do. It's a secret. Don't tell anybody my secrets.
Okay.
So, now that we've discussed our entire 2024 best of the best food and drinks, I'm getting kind of hungry, so I might go grab us breakfast. So, I think it's time to end the podcast.
Aye, aye, Captain.
But we appreciate everybody tuning in. This is our July podcast. We will come out with another one in August.
And give us some grace period, man, because I'm telling you, we're struggling over here.
Yeah.
We are at the pool all the time. Just kidding. Actually, I am.
Yeah,
But
she is. I'm working at the
but
pool.
Tyler works, I work. We're trying to have time for ourselves, and we are both still in school. I'm almost done, but this last class is kicking my ass.
Yeah.
So just give us a little bit of grace, just because we are really actively trying to get.
I've got all the grace I need.
Well, that was cute. It just give us a little bit of time. We're trying to get these out and trying to make sure that we stay on top of it. But honestly, sometimes life gets in the way. I think come closer to the end of the year, like October-wise, I'll be done with school officially.
Yeah.
And I think this will be something that I try to take over and schedule and do.
Yeah, and I'll be done with
And-
one of the schools that I'm going to.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So
Nobody knows that, but it's
Yeah.
a secret, and it's coming soon.
yeah. So we'll really try to focus on this a little bit more.
Yep. But as we wind down to an end for one of our longest podcast episodes to date,
You're welcome.
we just want to say we love you.
So much.
Until next time.
Bye.
Who lives in RV, traveling the states, adventure with coffee, driving dink all over the place, adventure with coffee, with 3 pups or cuddly as can be, adventure with coffee, the happiest little traveling family, adventure with coffee, adventure with coffee, adventure with coffee, adventure with coffee. Until next time.